not very fragile.
During the residency, I'm working on 2 projects. One of them is this made with fabric shapes filled with very soft filling. And this was my personal project that I wanted to develop. And on the other side, I've been working on some clay projects, those sculpture in the back.
Here I think I will show mainly ceramics and some drawings, I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. And maybe something on the walls. But I think it's going to link also with some fluids.
I really like the job of Alessia. I really like the way she creates those clay shapes because they seem very intuitive.
Yeah, I think there is some link. I think we're working also on same subject and on the ecological and feminism also. I see
Yes, I find myself very close with principles and idea with the opinions that Federica brings to her work. So I find myself very comfortable to deal with her. It could be a possible way to collaborate or just maybe cultivate a friendship.
Iniziò che non era figlio di lei per proteggere, si dice, cura delle persone, eccetera, non era così definito nel periodo dei feudi, per esempio, dove le donne...
Non si capisce perché l'hanno fatta così.
Ma erano anche periodi diversi, perché questo tu dicevi 1600, loro sono tra il 1100 e il 1300, che è inizio medioevo, che era il momento in realtà più florido per le donne, paradossalmente.
And I'm working with a range of media, from sculpture, installation, and photography, as well as drawing. And here I'm in Viafarini for 3.5 months this spring in 2025, working on originally one project, but now with some parallel development, I've developed a few different directions and I'm working on 3 separate projects that link together and could work as a common exhibition together as one project, one exhibition project.
Yeah, so my link between artists that I've worked with like in Viafarini, but then also outside of it is working with people I know of different backgrounds to like recite some of my poetry. And I am a writer like first and foremost. And what those artists will do is like take my poems and recite them in their native languages for me to use kind of in the future for different projects as well too.
Yeah. So I'm Gabriele Massaro. I'm from Palermo, Sicily, and I'm a painter. I studied there in Palermo, and I moved in Como since 2 years almost. And now I'm doing this residency here in Viafarini, Milano. And I'm quite glad with this residency.
I have fostered quite a few connections here, and I'm really glad that we had this studio space to share. So particularly with two of my neighbors right beside my studio space, Nazar, who's a painter from Ukraine, and I'm also half Russian, so we share our mother tongue, speaking Russian, because of the eastern part of Ukraine where he's from. And then also with my other neighbor, immediate neighbor here, Eli, who's an Italian artist, a video artist, and also a sculptor, so we do share mediums. We don't share a cultural background perhaps, but she's also working on a project relating to animals. So I don't consider animals being a subject that I work on, but rather they're like a theme that appears in my work.
You know, I think that the link between me and other artists initially came from just being here, right? And you can't really deny that link is true. And I think that as you progress in your projects or as we all have progressed in our projects, you just naturally begin working with others because you're all in the same space with each other.
With Davide Mineo, we have, I think, a good connection with the works. The result is very different, but there are some similitudes. Maybe also because we artistically we grow up almost together. We have also a space, an independent art space in Palermo that we managed together.
Yeah. And then the first one's gonna be. So what I'll do is when you finish the first one.
C'était la nuit, mais tout n'était pas perdu. Qui crie et fume avant la guerre aujourd'hui? Avant d'ouvrir les yeux, j'ai entendu un grognement. Tu sais que les temps sont durs, comme Skyfall et James chaque jour. Baisons maintenant et souvenons-nous avec soin.
God, no, it's awesome, honestly. Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Sofia, and I'm a visual artist and also sound producer based here in Milan. And I studied at NABA, Visual Arts. Okay, my project is based on the theme of dreams and also the esoteric world, and it is linked also in with the concept of identity and duality.
Can you present yourself, please?
Yes. Hello, I'm Giada Pignotti. I'm a visual artist from here. I live in Milan. I will present my drawings, some of my drawings that will tell the history of Lide, that is the name of this narrative project. On the other part, I will present the sound, the audio part of my project in another room. I was thinking about the bathroom.
I mean, a lot of us are pretty linked with each other. Like Ekaterina works a lot with symbolism, but also animals, like Elisabetta. And Giada, for example, she also works with dreams, like I saw, and she draws a lot, like I do.
Of course, I found a connection between my work and Sofia's work because we have the same relationship with childhood fairy tales, storytelling, and we both use the drawing and at the same time the sound and the voice to express ourselves and to tell our stories.
It could be nice to develop a relationship with her in an artistic matter. Yeah.
In the documentary, this is what I try.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm here, I'm not here for taking people, creating cause. Everybody can do it, but I try to see the social things, what people can create together,
Mm-hmm.
the link. What you can tell me about the link between artists?
I wanted this kind of
This kind of
exchange.
exchange.
I know that it's slow and it's not so easy to have a collaboration. Just the exchange, the fact that we stay here and we talk about our works and we exchange
Yes,
suggestions.
developing a lot of yes.
The archive of Viafarini is a relation archive connecting different artists of different generations. In 2008, the archive and the operative venue of the organization moved to Fabbrica del Vapore, a cultural hub owned by the city council. Viafarini won the call to move its operative venue there and to move all the archive and the library built through exchanges, donations, and through the effort of the founder. All this precious material have been transferred to Fabbrica del Vapore to work not only as a cultural hotspot, but also as a documentation center.
Viafarini is the historical space in Via Carlo Farini 35 where we started the activity in 1991. And I was supported, I started because I was supported by a big group of artists and curators. We worked a lot with a network of people. At the beginning I started with, let's say, Maurizio Cattelan really was very close to me, was my friend, and it bring to me many artists that he knew. And then Angela Vettese was, as a curator, was the supporter of Viafarini since the beginning. So the selection was done through the network of people collaborating. Now the artists that apply, that want to do a period with us, I think they do because of it's interesting to know each other, to have the chance to do something also with Viafarini, I guess, in terms of that is a way for the artist to be part of a group of people, then they continue with their own. When they finish the 4 months, usually they have kind of relations that can continue.
I think that the artists are like the first people who investigate and take and absorb those ideas, let's say, from philosophies, from science, and then we channel them through our works.
I think I see it like a chance to observe and like be sensitive, and then also take some time to analyze, just out the world also. Being sensitive to it, and then you kind of can get into like deeper and then interconnect and stuff. Yeah.
This is a very hard question. Maybe we are, I don't know, we are searching our role. Maybe this is our destiny.
Yes.
To look for our role forever, I don't know. And meeting people and other researches in this path.
Artists can be our eyes. They can show us reality in a more sharp way. And we try in this sense also to work on laboratories that can reach out to people also not belonging to the art system, being included and being included in the discourse about contemporary art production.
Yeah, they give themselves a social, anche social responsibility. Now it's much more knowledge about this, so artists are more free to give themselves also this kind of responsibility. But there are also artists that are interested in their own research and in a kind of history, the evolution of the history of art, of the history of the piece of art. I think also that is interesting in the same way or the other. So there are not something that for me is, I think it's always fascinating.
Io lo conosco, sì.
Sto facendo una video documentario, anzi volevi fare un video di uno studio visit con delle persone.
Sì, è responsabile di un importante centro per la...
Construction field, so I just want to mix everything. And in this tiny distance, ask my daddy. Yes, I love my father.
Però entrambi si uniscono dal punto di vista dell'origine e delle forme che provengono tutte dalla natura.
Residenza a Lisbona di recente, quindi insomma questo è uno degli episodi di un percorso molto più ampio.
So it looks like the religious composition, but they are doing something nasty, you know, something.
Si basa sul rapporto tra uomo e animale, addomesticazione, l'amore umano. Questi sono i due vari. Ed è bello, sono molto scritti nella
In this residency round, I saw a group of very varied, very diverse group of artists learning from each other and also seeing the work of each other, reaching out to each other. For instance, I can see interaction between Sofia and Federica, between Alessia and Jessica. So not only from a formal point of view in what we will see and we will discover in the final open studio, the sense of the residency goes beyond the work that is presented. This is the treasure they will have after the residency round. The possibility to reach out and to create interaction of quality interaction among them. And this is the crucial part of the residency after all, sharing time and space and meaning.
It is a pleasure to be here after many years. Much time we became stressed sometimes. You have some hard time, but at the end is always wonderful. I think it's a wonderful kind of activity to have this kind of... It's not a gallery, it's the opposite of gallery. Okay, this kind of energy of that you feel around you, it gives you always the possibility to learn something, to learn from the artist, from others, and to have experience and to learn.